Now let's start our lesson 4. Our lesson 4 is best code is no code. Let's open and see. So you say the best code is no code. Avoid too much code. When you are doing your work, you should avoid too much code. That is, don't repeat yourself. Now step 1, open your project in Visual Studio as shown. As we have just been opening, right click and open with code. When you click there, your project opens, and then you will see where we left in lesson 3. That's where we left our video. Now step 1, number 1, create a base.html template as shown, and you will ensure that all features that are common to all other web pages are placed in this template. So you go to main templates, where we placed some template there. You create a new template and call it base.html. This base.html will carry all files or features that are supposed to be appearing on all other web pages. So you'll ensure that all common features to all other web pages in your project are contained here. That is like header, menu bar, footer, etc. Let's prepare our base.html by adding header, menu links, and footer. So we are adding this here because they will be appearing on all other web pages or other templates in our project, and we will not be repeating this code every time we add a new template. Remember that we are doing this to avoid repeating ourselves. So you open base.html and type exclamation mark, then click tab. This one is used to display a simple HTML page code. So type exclamation mark, then click tab, and then you're going to see that as we had seen before in home.html. Just the same thing. So we had done this we had done this one in home.html previously. Now let's go to one. When you look at this one, it's just the same thing that we had done. Now go to step 1. Now here you add the header, adding the header. So I'm going to add the following code within the body tags. The body tags header div, that is the ender section or ender division. That is where I'm going to place this following code here. So everything that you wish to place at the top of your web pages will be contained within the div, the header coded within the division tags at the header, and the header is supposed to be within the body tags, so it's not outside the body tags. So I'm going to place it within the body tags as is shown. So when you go to base.html, you have body there, you click enter, and then you put your div tag and give it a class. Because we will be styling this work later using CSS, so you should give each section a class for ease of reference. Now you type your h1 there, heading 1 there, call it web project. This is what is going to appear at the top of our web page. So that is what you type there. The code is as shown in these notes here. Now the next step is, now we are going to add a menu bar or nav bar. Sometimes we call it nav bar, a menu bar. We are going to use HTML list. You will use an ordered list to add menu bar. Menu bar is contained in most websites where we have a menu within drop downs or without drop downs, depending on how you want to display your content. So the menu bar is supposed to be in a different section, which I'm going to call it another list UL. Then within the UL, we'll create a list there. The list is supposed to contain the menu items, and the list we are supposed to, within the list we are supposed to use link anger tanks, where we are going to have a hypertext reference there, and we'll place this one later, so we leave it as hash. This is where we're going to place our link. This link will be opening home page. Remember, we are on base.html, so this link here, wherever you are on your home page, if you have the address there at the hash, then it's going to open the home page. So that is the home page button and the menu bar. Then you go to the drop down list. You're going to give it a different class. I'm going to give it a different class. So list, then the list class supposed to be drop down, this one, because now this is the next button after home in our menu bar is supposed to be having a drop down, and that's why we are giving it a class, because we will style the drop down differently from the other tabs. This drop down, it is going to have a nested list within the drop down. This drop down is supposed to give you the items that when you click or you move your mouse over the drop down, you are going to see other items that are there. So there is a correction here, slight correction here. So you're supposed to just type past normally as we typed in the href for home. So you create a href which is supposed to represent the button that is supposed to contain or that is supposed to hold the menu or the drop down content. And this drop down, we are going to give it the name shop. So when you want to go to shop, you'll have several items listed down there. If you, for example, you want to buy laptops, you want to buy computers, you want to buy printers, they are going to be listed down there. So when you move your mouse or you click on shop, you're supposed to see those items popping up as a drop down. So we create a drop down button which is going to be shop. Shop is on the same level as home, so on the same level as home, but then shop is going to have a nested list which is going to carry items that are going to fall under shop as the drop down. So we are going to give them also a division. I'm going to give them a division and call them drop down content. I'm going to give them a division and call them drop down content, because we are going to format them differently from the other menu. So drop down hyphen content, then this division, within this division is where we are going to put our drop down items, and we just put them as a list. With this a nested list, a list within a list, and then the criteria is just the same. Within the list you put anger hypertext reference with the link there, where we are giving hashtag there, because we already don't have any links that we are going to link to. We are leaving it blank like that. So this, call it item 1, and then you can copy this one, or you can type it 3 times, that you are going to have several items on the drop down. So this is supposed to be repeated. We have 3 items, so I'm going to repeat this one 3 times. Now it's we are going to remove the list. There's a mistake there. I'm not supposed to put the list. It's supposed to be just links, because already we have a list at the top for the drop down. Then we are going to give them items, just links, the menu links for the drop down. So you have there are 3 of them, so you can choose to type all of them as I'm typing here, or you can copy paste and then you end it item 1, item 2, item 3. That is the only thing that is changing. If you look at the other thing, that is href equals quotation marks hash, it's just the same thing, and then you close the a tag. So that is the div for the drop down, and this drop down is within the list class drop down. Yes, now we get out of the drop down and create another list item, because our main is going to contain several items, where we have now created for home, we have created for shop, and also drop down for the shop. We have another one here that I'm creating, and this one you're going to call it give it this name here. We have services, we have conductors, we have all that. I'm going to create about us. This is supposed to contain information about us. About us is about the website owner, or about the company that you are creating website for, and also another one for conductors. This is simply just our websites or company websites appear. You might ignore this one because not all websites will require you to have a menu bar, but most of them must have a menu bar. So we have that one, contact us, about us, conductors, and all that is under another list. So that is a totally created menu bar or nav bar. Now you should note that we are placing classes because we will refer to them when adding CSS, that is when styling. This menu that you have created here is not going to appear nice because it is not styled, but we will style it because we have placed classes in every division for ease of styling. Now we go to footer. These are the things that are supposed to appear on all our templates. So we have created the header, we have created the menu bar. Now we are on footer. So footer, just type footer and give it a class footer, close the tag of the footer, and then within the footer create a small paragraph. Here for mine, I'm calling it copyright. At this video I'm creating here is on 2022, although the audio is being recorded on 2023. The video was originally created without sound on 2022, so I typed this one. And that is the simple structure for our footer. We will put more content on the footer. You have footer links and all that. So remember to save all your work. Remember to save your work. Make sure you save all changes that you made. Now, to display what we have done on our browser, we will have to delete everything we coded previously in home.html and add the following code to home.html at the top. So we will not be repeating everything. We will not copy this code and then paste it to home. We are just going to use the code that I'm going to type here, the extends. You are going to delete that, and then we extend base.html. This means that every template that we create, we will be extending base.html, and this is the syntax that you are going to use here. You have those brackets, you have percentage sign, space, extends, then space, quotes, then you are extending what? Base.html. This is the code that is used to get the code from base.html and place it in home.html using this one we call ginger format. So save all changes. So that is the syntax. Now you only type that one line to get all the code from base.html in this home.html template. So even if you have another template and you do that, it's going to display everything that you have coded in base.html. So to see this, running server, you're supposed to start debugging. When you start debugging, it's supposed to run server, and then server will generate you an address as usually that we have been generating, to take you to your browser and see what we have done. We are testing that whatever we have done is working or not working, and I hope it's supposed to work. There's no error that we have made. So follow that link, then boom, you see that you have our header menu bar, which is disorganized as a list, and then you have footer there. So we'll make this one look better in by adding CSS in the next lesson. We'll make this one look better by adding CSS in the next lesson. So that's simply our lesson, the end of our lesson. You can see that we have used shortcut to duplicate code from base.html, and you'll see that everything that is shown there, all sections are coded like that. We have just a simple code from one template that has been extended to another template, as simple as that. So this marks the end of our lesson. So in the next lesson we'll be talking about something different. Yes, like that.